Wow. Terence Crawford's former manager says that Jaron Boots Ennis, his current fighter, would beat Terence Crawford right now, but definitely a few fights from now. We're going to talk about that in this video. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. This is the moment y'all been waiting for. 2022 is up. I promise you we working. I got new content, new concepts, all that. We working. Subscribe. You don't want to miss it. The 24-year-old bull from Philly. Shout out to my Akis. He's making quite the name for himself. That's Jaron Boots Ennis. And he's now managed by Cameron Duncan, who previously managed Terence Bud Crawford. This is what Cameron Duncan, who's worked with both fighters, and that's why I keep prefacing it like that. This is what he had to say. Quote, I think Jaron Boots Ennis would win that fight, meaning Crawford and Boots. I think he wins it right now. I think 3 to 4 more fights and some more experience at a high level, he will really win that fight. But I think he wins it right now. Nothing against Crawford. Crawford is a great fighter. It's just that there's always a guy who's better, and I believe that Boots is better. He's bigger. He's faster. He's stronger. He hits harder, and his reflexes are crazy. His skill level is unbelievable. He's a bigger, faster, stronger, younger guy. I think he gets it done. Right? He goes on to say, when I brought up Crawford from the beginning, I said how good he was, and everybody was walking and talking about Adrian Broner. Everybody thought I had lost my mind. They were saying, you'll never find anybody who can beat this guy. I said, I already do. He said, who? I said, Terence Crawford. They said he'll get smoked by Adrian Broner. He'll break Broner's face in. This is what I told him. And it turned out I was right. Terence Crawford is a much better fighter, and he's dedicated. I always said that he was a great fighter. Then I saw Boots and said, man, he will beat Terence Crawford. And everybody says, you're an idiot, and you don't know what you're talking about. Now they're questioning it, aren't they? Crawford will never fight him. It says Crawford's never going to fight him. I think Spence would probably fight him at 154. I don't think he'll fight him at 147. Maybe he will move on to 154 and open up things for 147. End quote. Wow. So this is a guy who's worked with both. And it doesn't mean that his opinion is golden. At the end of the day, his current prospect or project is Boots Ennis. So I would expect really nothing less. You know, if you're not working with a guy and you are working with a guy, why would he say the opposite? You know, why would he say, oh man, Terence Crawford will beat my current fighter? You know, that's just the opposite of what a manager and a promoter would do. So we see these kind of things and hear these things. But the thing is, some people actually believe him. At the end of the day, some people won't be convinced unless they were to fight. Jaron Boots Ennis, he's not exclusive at the moment, to my knowledge, with premier boxing champions. So maybe there's a possibility Terence Crawford could fight him. But I want to know from you guys in the comment section who would win. You know, I'm really high up on both guys, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. I haven't really heard Terence Crawford say too much about Jaron Boots Ennis, although I have heard Boots Ennis call out, you know, really all the guys from Errol Spence to Bud Crawford, and he says 2022 is his year, and, you know, he's just in that stage where he's very hungry. Crawford, age 33, 34. He's about 10 years older than Jaron Ennis. And, you know, I don't really know what Crawford's next move is going to be, but I want to know what you guys feel with a guy who's worked with both speaking on this. Now, I will say this, and I remember this. Cameron Duncan was one of the people, he was working with Top Rank, and he's also the person that announced and informed the public of the NBF No Black Fighter list, which ironically Crawford is now suing Bob Arum and Top Rank for something similar, citing that he believes there's impartial or biased treatment over at Top Rank. But Cameron Duncan, I can attest to this because I've been covering boxing long enough and that long. Cameron Duncan was one of the people that helped put Terence Crawford on because he was managing him and managing Tim Bradley at the time, I believe, and the two sparred, and that's the infamous story where Crawford must have been getting off or doing very well with a far more experienced professional in terms of Tim Bradley, and between Cameron Duncan and kind of Tim Bradley, they helped Terence Crawford at that space of time get noticed. So now he's saying that he has someone who's even better. So, it's hard to, unless they fight, it's hard to decipher what's right or wrong, because at the end of the day, people say whatever they want. I remember when Canelo Alvarez, when he was fighting Floyd Mayweather, contrary to many people's belief now, in hindsight, because you have to understand, in hindsight, everything changes. In hindsight, now nobody picked Crawford or Canelo to beat Floyd Mayweather. They said he's too green and stuff but at the time of the fight, people were actually picking Canelo to beat Floyd Mayweather, whether it's out of spite or envy or they didn't like Floyd or whatever. There were a lot of people that were actually picking him. But then now, after we that's how boxing works with a lot of fans. Once there's an outcome that's rendered, now people, they go back on their word and act like this was a bad fight to not give the person credit. There's people saying that Tank was going to lose to Isak Pitbull Cruz. He beats him with one hand. And then now people are saying that it was a bad fight and Tank only fights C-class fighters. So let me know what you guys think of former manager of Crawford, current manager of Jaron Ennis, and the high praise that he's giving to Jaron Ennis. Is Jaron Ennis ready for a guy like Crawford who has far more professional experience? I will say this, Boots Ennis is huge. I seen a recent picture with him and Cool Boy Fulton and Steven Espinoza at the recent fights, and he's big for that weight class. So I don't know how long and how comfortable he is with making it, but it's similar to Canelo. You can easily see that this guy is not going to be able to stay at that weight class forever. But when you're younger, your body is more pliable and your body is more forgiving, so you're able to do, kind of more drastic weight cuts. It's just like, I remember we used to go out to the club and party, and I'd get home at like damn near 5 a.m. and have to be at work at 5:30, 6 a.m. But I would never think about doing that right now, as you get older. So your body is a lot more forgiving when you're younger. We'll see how it plays out for Ennis, but he does look hungry, and he looks to be the goods. Shout out to Philly. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. I'm the best in the business. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.